The storm desk. Read the storm, book the roofs. It's week 3 after the hail. The phone finally went quiet, the weather cleared, and your tired crew wants to call it. So you almost declare the surge over on a feeling. Don't. The dangerous moment isn't day 1. It's now, when the adrenaline fades and 100 half-documented tarp jobs are still sitting in somebody's text messages. By the end, you'll know the 5 signs the surge is actually winding down, so you reset to normal on purpose. A quiet phone is not one of them. Get the word straight first, because search confuses people. Storm surge, in this room, is not coastal flooding. The National Hurricane Center uses storm surge for seawater pushed ashore by a tropical system, a deadly hazard you take advice on from them, not from a roofing channel. In here, storm surge means the demand spike. The wind down is the demobilization, standing the emergency response back down to normal. It's the half nobody plans, and the half that hurts you. Know why the back end is the hard part. The front of a storm is loud. The phone lights up. The company snaps into emergency mode. Nobody calls a meeting. The trouble is, it has no off-ramp. Nobody schedules the moment you stop fighting the fire, so most companies never do it. They drift. And these spikes aren't getting rarer. The country logged 27 separate billion-dollar weather disasters in one recent year, most of them severe storms. Here's the whole model, and the order matters. The surge is winding down when 5 things are true at once. 1. Safety triage runs without you babysitting it. 2. Intake stops spawning duplicate and orphaned jobs. 3. Your real capacity is visible on paper. 4. Documentation on active jobs has caught up. 5. The lessons are written down before they evaporate. Safety sits first on purpose. It's the one sign you never trade for speed. The other 4 you can stage. Sign 1. Safety triage runs without you standing over it. A storm changes the roofs your crews think they know. There may be a down line nobody mentioned. OSHA's residential fall protection rule requires protection 6 feet or more above a lower level, and that does not relax because the queue is long. Treat any down line as live until the utility clears it. The real test is cultural. When a lead can call a hold on an unsafe roof and nobody blames him for the schedule, sign 1 is met. Before any storm job leaves the yard, a plain access tag asks, downed lines, standing water, structural sag, trees on the roof, solar array, decking compromised, anchor plan confirmed. Each answer is yes, no, or unknown. Then a go, hold, or refer out call, and a name for who holds stop work on site. Here's the measurable signal. When unknown stops showing up on those tags, the surge is settling. Sign 2. Intake stops manufacturing duplicate and orphaned work. Storm demand breaks intake in a recognizable way. A spouse texts photos to a representative while the office opens a second record for the same address. A crew lead takes a request on a ladder and it never reaches the schedule. Multiply that by a metro-wide event and you're bleeding demand through the cracks. Watch 3 numbers. Duplicates merged, falling. Orphaned urgent jobs, heading to 0. Records too thin to dispatch, shrinking. When those trend right, intake has recovered. The fix is 1 source of truth per property. Make the property the unit of record, not the phone call. Every call, photo, tarp, and follow-up attaches to 1 address. Then the office can answer, what have we already done at 412 Maple, without 3 people guessing. Stage the return of scheduling. Merge and close duplicates first so you clean the board before you schedule against it. Triage the urgent, water entry, and unsafe access every time. Maintenance and estimates rejoin the queue last. Sign 3. Capacity is real, not wishful. Crews can carry emergency mode for a while. Not forever, and the cost of pretending otherwise is your best people walking out. Trade reporting on crew fatigue is blunt. Prolonged booms and excessive hours push an already high turnover rate higher. Prove it on a board. List every crew and sub, plus office and sales with honest, next available dates. If your bottleneck is administrative, adding field capacity just produces half-documented jobs faster. Overtime mode ends when the board shows green you believe. Manage the human side on purpose. Fatigue is a safety hazard, not a character flaw, and OSHA puts realistic planning on owners and supervisors, not on the exhausted person holding the nail gun. Run a 5-minute daily debrief and ask the leads what's slowing them down. Pull overtime while the team is still gassed and the board is still red, and you trade a short payroll saving for turnover and a wave of callbacks. Sign 4. Documentation has caught up to the work. Storm work outruns paperwork. Crews tarp a roof at 7 p.m. before the office has a photo set. A representative inspects and forgets to upload notes. None of that hurts during the loud first week. It hurts the instant a billing or warranty question depends on a record 3 weeks behind reality. Before a non-urgent job returns to production, its record should answer who saw it, what they found, where, when, and what happens next, with an owner and a date. Here's the line that gets tired: team sued, so be precise. Documenting a homeowner's own claim is your job. Dated photos, measurements, observed conditions, and a roof age range. What you may not do is cross into adjusting. In a 2024 ruling, the Texas Supreme Court held in the Stonewater roofing case that a contractor cannot act as both the roofer and the insured's public adjuster, and cannot advertise itself as an insurance claim specialist to dodge licensing. So you document and write the estimate. The insurer decides coverage, the homeowner owns the claim. Never offered to waive or absorb the deductible, that's insurance fraud in many states. Document, don't diagnose the claim. And mind the tarps. The most common documentation failure at wind down is the temporary repair nobody circled back to. A tarp goes up at dusk, the crew moves to the next emergency, and 3 weeks later it's still there, leaking at the staples, quietly becoming your liability. Log Fairfax the day it goes on. The date, the installer, what area it covers, and a review date. Pull a clean list of every open tarp with a review date, and you've closed the most dangerous gap. Sign 5. You captured the continuity lessons while they still sting. The surge stress-tested your company and showed you exactly where it bends. Maybe the office lost calls because there was no single intake owner. Maybe a crew showed up with no shingles because supplier alternates were unclear. Those lessons are worth real money, but only if you write them down before the relief of its over erases them. Federal continuity guidance from Ready.gov and FEMA pushes the same idea. For each essential function, name who runs it, who backs them up, and the lesson this storm taught. Here's where Roof Predict fits the reset, and where it doesn't. As you stand down, you re-engage your old book, every past estimate and customer the storm just crossed. The discipline is targeting. Blast the whole list, and you waste postage on roofs too new to need you. Roof Predict pairs an estimated roof age range with a per-home read of the wind and hail a given roof took, so you filter to the homes old and storm-worn enough to plausibly be due. It does not inspect the roof, diagnose damage, or decide a claim. Roof age is a planning range, not a birth certificate. The inspection still earns the sale. Close the loop. The surge is over when 5 things are true at once. Safety triage runs itself. Intake stops making duplicates and orphans. Capacity is on a board you believe. Documentation is caught up. The lessons are written and assigned. It means clear roles, current records, safe dispatch, and a visible list of the open work with an owner on every line. Don't call it on a quiet phone. Read the 5 signs together and stay in your lane on the claim. The chaser cashes out and leaves. You reset clean and own the season after the storm.